Hello students, I am Payal Kesharwani and in this video we will be discussing about the process of tablet production. The various steps which are involved in tablet production are: first is preparation of the granules. We have to prepare the granules for compression. So for the preparation of granules, various steps are: first, weighing of the ingredient. Whatever ingredient you require for the production of the tablet, like the excipients and the drug, the weighing of all the ingredients take place in this step. Next step is mixing the powder ingredient and the excipient. The whatever ingredient you have weighed, all the ingredients has to be mixed properly for the uniformity of the distribution of the drug. Next step is converting the mixed ingredient into granules. Now we have to convert all the powder ingredient into a granule forms. So there are various techniques involved in the formation of the granules. This we will discuss in the next video. Next step is compression of granules into tablet. Now the granules which we have prepared in the last step are being compressed. So this is the second step. Third step, coating of the tablet. Now in the third step, after the tablet is being produced, it is being coated by different polymers, and there are different types of coating as we discussed in the last video, that is film coating, entire coating and the sugar coating. So various technique which is involved in the coating of tablet are tablet coating and the press coating. And once the tablet is being prepared, the last step is its packaging. uh, the different granulation technique which is involved in the preparation of granule are: first is wet granulation method, second is dry granulation method, and third is direct compression method. So in the next coming video we will be discussing individually what are each method of granulation, what are the advantages of each method and the disadvantages, and what application each granulation method is having. So in this video we will just have the introduction. In the coming video we will be discussing about the various steps, various methods in granulation. Now we will see individually the different steps which are involved in tablet manufacturing. So the first step is dispensing, that is the weighing of the ingredients. So each ingredient in the tablet formula is weighed and accurately dispensed as per the dose. This is one of the critical steps in the type of formulation process and should be done under the technical supervision, because if you weigh a wrong quantity of any ingredient, that is excipient or the drug, then the tablet uniformity will not be maintained and there will be many defects or the ununiformity of the drug in the tablet. Next is sizing. The formulation ingredient must be finely divided form, otherwise the size reduction should be carried out for the better flow property and easy mixing. So if the drug or the excipient are not in the powdered form, so there will be many difficulties faced during the manufacturing of tablet, that is the flow property will not be accurate which is required for the flow of the granules, proper mixing will not be there, and distribution of the drug in the tablet excipient will be there, and moreover the compression will not take place properly. That is why the size reduction of the excipient and the drug should be carried out before the manufacturing of the tablet. So there are various size reduction techniques which can be utilized for reducing the size of the drug or the excipient. That is, we can use different mills, that is ball mill, or we can use different cutting mills if it is a fibrous form. So various techniques are there for the size reduction, and using it we can reduce the size of the particles. Next is powder blending. Powders are mixed using a suitable blenders to obtain a uniform and homogeneous product. The drug substance and excipient are mixed in geometric dilutions. It is very important that the drug and the excipient should be mixed properly. So for this we use different blending equipment. different mixers are used so that uniformity can be obtained. And moreover, it is important to mix all the ingredients in the geometric dilution form. Next step is granulation. Here the small powder particles are gathered together into layers and permanent aggregates to render them into the free flowing state. In this we form different granules. Granules are the small aggregates of different powder which is formed by the different method, that is dry or wet granulation technique. The next step is drying and dry screening. Screen wet granules need to be dried for a particular time period in the tray dryer or fluid bed dryer at controlled temperature not exceeding 550 degrees Celsius. Dried granules are also screened through the appropriate mash screen, that is 11. So after the granules is formed, it has to be dried using different drying techniques, that is the tray dryer or the fluid bed dryer. The drying is necessary because while punching it can stick to the walls of the punching machine. So to avoid all these shortcomings, the drying of granules should take place. Next step is tablet compression. This step involves the compression of granules into a flat or convex, round, oblong or unique shaped scored or unscored tablet engraved with an identifying symbol and or code number using a tablet press. So here the granules are compressed by applying the force and it is obtained into a particular shape, whatever it is desired. Next step is coating. Tablets and granules are coated if there is a need to mask the unpleasant taste or odor of some drugs or to increase the aesthetic appeal of uncoated tablets, as well as to modify the release of the drug substance from the tablet. This is achieved by enclosing or covering the cold tablet or the granules by a coating solution. So there are three types of coating: sugar coating, film coating and the indirect coating. So the next step after this is packaging. Once the tablet is prepared, it is packed either by a strip packing or a blister packing. Now we will see the compression of granules in detail. After the preparation of granules, in case of wet granulation, or the size slugs in case of dry granulation, or different ingredients in case of direct compression, they are compressed to the final product. The compression is done either by single punching machine or a multiple punching machine. Single punching machine is known as stamping press and the multiple station machine is known as the rotary press. It can make the tablet into different shapes. Like compression machine can give different shape to the tablet. Like it can be a round tablet or it can be a oval tablet or whatever shape is desired. Also, it can give the engraving of the symbol of the company to the tablet. This is a simple diagram of a tablet punching machine. The tablet punching machine consists of the hopper, punches. The punches can be upper punch or the lower punch, the die cavity, and the last one is cam handle, which controls the movement of the punch. Now here we will discuss the only main part of the tablet punching machine, that is first is hopper. So what is the role of hopper? Hopper helps in the direct flow of the granules. It gives the direction to the flow of the granules to the die cavity. Next is die cavity. Die cavity is a disc shaped hole where the granules are filled, and after punching the tablet is ejected from die cavity. So simply it is a hole which provides the medium for filling of the granules. Next is punches. Punches can be upper punch and the lower punch. So punches help in compression of the tablet. It helps to give the force to the tablet so that it can be compressed and ejected out of the tablet punching machine in the form of tablet. So they work in a synchronized manner and this synchronization can be provided by the cam handle. Now this cam handle is attached both to the upper and the lower punches, and this synchronized movement is controlled by this cam handle. So both the punches work together. They punches the tablet, punches the granules, and after compression the tablet is ejected out with the movement of the lower punch. So this is the different parts of the tablet punching machine and their role. Now we'll see the common stages occurring during the compression process. So the first step is the top punch is withdrawn from the die cavity by the upper camp. Bottom punch is lower in the die, so powder falls in the hole and fills the die cavity. So this is the first step. Second, bottom punch moves up to adjust the powder weight. It raises and expels some powder. So whatever is the size of the cavity, it fills completely, and whatever is the extra amount of the powder which is being filled in the die cavity is being removed by the adjustment of lower punch. Stage 3, top punch is driven into the die by the upper camp and bottom punch is raised by the lower camp. Both punches head pass between the heavy roller to compress the powder. So in this step, basically they are providing the force for the compression of the powder and convert it into the tablet form. Stage 4, the top punch is withdrawn by the upper camp, lower punch is pushed up and expel the tablet, and it is removed from the die surface by the surface plate. So here basically the upper punch is being removed, is being pushed up, and the lower punch is little bit pushed up for the ejection of the tablet, so that it can be easily removed from the die cavity without any damage. Now fifth step is return to the first step and it get ready for punching the other set of tablet. This is the diagrammatic representation of different stages of tablet compression. In the first stage, you can see the top and the lower punches are getting adjusted and powder is getting filled into the die cavity. Second stage, you can see that the extra powder is being removed. In the third stage, the upper and the lower punches are being worked together to compress the powder into a tablet, and in the fourth stage you can see the formed tablet is being ejected out. The fifth stage is preparation for the next, that is stage 1. Thank you student. In the next video we will be discussing about the wet and dry granulation method.